Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? This is the FT podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, uh, pimps and players, half-ass rappers, true rhyme sayers. Shout out to the god Manny Fresh. We're here with Abdul,
Yo,
and we got a new guest today. We got Juju Man in the building.
thanks for having me, guys.
Yo, man, y'all may not know who Juju Man is, but yo, dude's just funny as shit, and we just thought we should have him on. So
Thank you.
Speaks his mind. By the end of the podcast, you'll probably fall in love with him.
yeah, yo, now you're putting like big
Yeah.
expectations on the dude. Like, yo, chill. Yeah, man. So let's just fucking get to it, man. First topic of conversation, we gotta talk about Neymar, man. Neymar, like the fucking king.
First of all, you gotta I mean, this mercato has just been fucking crazy.
Bro, what a fucking summer,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, sometimes I mean, pretty much yesterday, the whole day I was pretty much on Twitter just because of every 5 minutes something would happen. You know, like a news source would report a big transfer, and you can't stop following everything. It was pretty much like a movie. So yeah, this summer has been probably the craziest mercato in recent times.
Yeah. Yeah,
And with,
I'm
with,
just.
the, with
Oh,
the
sorry.
with, oh yeah, being good. So yeah, with the Neymar transfer, like what's your guys' opinion? Because I still I don't think he's moving. I don't think he's moving to PSG.
I think, I mean, it's complicated. First of all, it seems like it's obviously 50-50 because you see when you watch Pique's press conference and because after Pique posted that picture saying Sequeda that he's staying, everyone assumed okay, then that's pretty much it. Neymar confirmed it, but you look closely, you look between the lines, and Neymar didn't even like the picture. He didn't retweet it. He did nothing. And then on the other hand, you see PSG players, the Brazilian PSG players, posting pictures together, and Neymar likes every single one of them. So people are like, okay, this is a bit confusing. And then PK comes out in his press conference and he says, well, the tweet was just my opinion. Neymar didn't confirm anything to me. So honestly, I see it as 50-50. I see it 50-50 because it seems like Neymar's dad is definitely trying to get a new contract or trying to get a shit ton of money from PSG. And it seems like Neymar is, I mean, honestly, Neymar looks like a bit of a diva here because it looks like he's just enjoying the attention.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
like
let Neymar be, man. Let the nigga stunt, man. Cause look, Neymar at this point of his career is 25. He's in the prime of his career. There's no better place to go than to go to Paris, and all the Neymar fans know this. I was reading this backstory. It was with shout out to Brazil stats, but on Twitter, he had this thread where he was talking about Zahavi, and apparently this is like a very powerful agent in the world of football. This is a man who helped the Roman Abramovich deal with Chelsea go through for ownership. This is the same man who helped um, Neymar uh, Neymar go to Barcelona in the first place. Neymar Senior and Zahavi developed a pretty amicable relationship over the years. So over the past, I'd say 5 to 7 years, and Zahavi, he's just been the guy. Basically, he's behind everything, but he's kind of at the frontier simultaneously. It's just weird to explain. But yeah, he's done some of the biggest deals in football in the past recent years. And they're quoting him. Parisian fans are quoting him.
Well,
They're saying he said verbatim that Neymar will be a PSG player this summer.
Question then, Tosin. And why is he hanging out with Barcelona with the preseason? I mean, that is very awkward. Like,
It
you
happens,
cannot be
dude.
leaving the
He's
team
still
and then
thinking. He's still thinking about
He
it.
has to. I think he has to. I mean, unless PSG, unless he's a, once he becomes a PSG player, then he doesn't have to. But if he skips the preseason, that all he's doing is just hurting himself. I think at that point, Barca can take him to court, and that would just be. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to get in trouble with FIFA and all of that if he wants to move to PSG, and that also brings us to the part. I saw a report that Neymar wants guarantees from PSG that he doesn't get in trouble with FIFA because if they break the transfer record for him, if they pay their release clause, obviously 220 million, ridiculous fee. How is that going to work with financial fair play? I saw a report that says, for example, if they get in shit with financial fair play,
What is the
then
point? What is the point of financial fair play? This is almost like you could almost style this as like an illusion to just to these small clubs, to small clubs who
yeah,
feel that you
yeah,
know that oh we're not at the same, we don't have the same financial power as some of these
yeah.
bigger
Honestly,
clubs.
financial fair play is like at least in my opinion, it's just a something that will keep the rich rich and will keep the poor poor. Like the rich will keep getting richer and the poor will stay poor because how are you gonna how are you gonna grow if you're not allowed to spend from like your resources? You have to always
yeah,
break even, so
yeah.
it's impossible to grow. I
Yeah,
think a couple of clubs are facing this problem now. I understand that when you first start a project, they give you a year or two where you can spend whatever you want, which is fine. But financial fair play, it's actually a pretty stupid rule overall.
I
And
don't understand it
it doesn't make sense. Yeah,
because Madrid haven't gotten they haven't gotten indicted on it or accused of it.
yeah, because Madrid.
Barca haven't.
Look at Madrid's.
Atleti haven't.
Look at Madrid's
But it's
net.
only PSG. It's PSG. It's Milan. It's all these Italian clubs and French clubs. It's almost like these clubs from niche leagues.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's a joke. Like, I agree with you guys. It's a really joke because it's a big joke. Because you remember Barcelona and I think Madrid and Atleti had like they had the ban, like the 2-year transfer bans, and like they went to court and just removed it. And it was like, um, so what was the whole point of the ban if they just these guys can just remove it? It's a whole joke.
yeah.
But
And
I
oh wait, I
feel
just wanted to say one more thing.
yeah.
How is FFP also in play with how City have been this summer? Manchester City have bought literally everything under the sun. This fucking
And let's not
past
forget that
window.
City. Let's not forget that City already got in trouble with financial fair play. Remember when where they weren't allowed to have 6 or 7 players on the bench in the Champions League? They were only allowed 4 players, I think.
Yes, yeah.
So
Oh,
City
yeah.
already broke the rules, and I would like to think that they're about to break the rules again. And when you look at it, I mean, I just saw a report that City are interested in Mbappe. I mean, if you're gonna sign Mbappe, that's at least another 150 million. So that means that you're willing to spend another, 150, 200 million when you just
I need
spent
to know
100 million on fullbacks.
I need to know the fucking nuances of this shit, like this
But
FFP.
one thing I'll tell you though, Real Madrid, as a Real Madrid fan, I can tell you that Real Madrid will never get in trouble with it because the net spend at Madrid right now is amazing. You look at Madrid's net spend, like when was the last time Perez actually bought a superstar? It was James 3 years ago,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's selling decent
And
players like Morata.
you're buying potential superstars.
Yeah, and he's selling decent players like Morata for like 80 million. He's getting 35, 40 million for players like Danilo. So Madrid are definitely like I read a report that Madrid can literally spend 300 million this summer and nothing would happen, just because the books are really balanced, especially over the last few years.
Yeah,
Um,
it seems Madrid and also Chelsea. as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've kind
And
of shown.
but who's responsible for is it who's supposed to look for the like is it FIFA or UEFA? Like who's supposed to be
FIFA.
like
It's it's no for financial fair play. It's UEFA. They
Oh,
regulate
really?
that. Yeah, they're the governing body.
Yeah, that makes sense because when you get in trouble, it's usually the punishment is usually related to European competitions.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, just going
So
back to
back to
Neymar,
Neymar. Back to Neymar.
I think
Yeah.
honestly, I think it's tough, but I honestly don't know what to expect anymore. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he stays, and I can see him. I can definitely see him leaving now because PK confirmed that there's an offer on the table, and he confirmed that Neymar
Let's talk about the football aspect of this because if you're a fan, if you're a fan of Jogo Bonito, if you're a fan of just the Brazilian way, you looked at Rivaldo, you looked at Romario, you looked at um, Ronaldo de Lima himself, you looked at Ronaldinho, the child Ronaldo. Like you looked at these guys and Kaká as well. They had their own teams. Like, they had their own teams that they led in Europe, and most of them, more times often than not, with Dino and Kaká, they were successful. So with Neymar going to a team, a prestige, it doesn't matter how recent PSG's history is. They're still a prestigious club in European football right now because they've shown that they've shown dominance in French football. And honestly, if Neymar can go to PSG and deliver a European trophy, he's gonna be in football lore, truthfully.
and
So
do you think that it'll make a difference? Because I think with Emery, I mean Emery, it's like do
look,
you think
man, look, this is what is gonna happen. Neymar's gonna go to PSG and he's gonna tell everyone hop on my bandwagon. Because that's how it should be. And Emery should just focus on the defensive work. Because when it comes to attack, just get the fuck out the way. This is the Neymar show, all right? It's the fucking Neymar show. And just get the fuck out the way. Let this nigga work. Because people don't understand. I don't think people understand the generational talent Neymar is and how
Yeah.
big of a fucking move it is for Neymar to have his own fucking team, man. Like the culture needs this, man. The culture needs
Yeah,
this.
because you right now you'll have Barcelona with Messi, you'll have Madrid, you'll have Bayern Munich with James, and now PSG with Neymar, and then Chelsea with Hazard, and then there's Pogba and Man United. It's just spread out everywhere. You have Dybala.
Exactly.
It's like
This is what we need. This is what the streets need, dude.
yeah, it's so bad that it's like
at the end of the day, if this move happens, how many teams can really win the Champions League? You just got.
I know it's a lot, Abdul, because
Madrid, Bayern,
Madrid,
Barca,
Bayern.
PSG.
Uh,
That's four already.
and Chelsea
Maybe
too.
not Barca. Barca.
I don't see Barca winning if they lose.
Yeah,
Neymar.
true.
Come on,
True.
like even-
Chelsea, Juventus. Come
I
on,
don't. See,
dude.
how can Chelsea win the Champions League?
Because they just
Man, they
like,
got
Conte.
Conte, man.
Yeah.
They're not good. You
Just-
still need quality. That team is way like it would be.
No, they got quality though.
Oh,
No.
no.
Dude,
No.
Hazard is gonna show up eventually.
That
He's
team
too
is.
talented.
I
He's
mean,
too talented not to.
look at that team is. I mean, at the end of the day, Conte is a great manager, but quality is quality, and in the Champions League, you just need quality. Like that, you cannot win a Champions League with the team that he has right now. No,
I think they
I
can
think
make a quarter.
right
They
back.
can make a quarters. That's not bad. That's not bad for a
yeah,
team.
but they're not a threat. That's my point. Like that's the thing. Like if we're
If
talking,
you can make the last 8, I feel you have a chance to win the competition.
I disagree.
Abdul, they can because
Seriously.
they added like Morata is not that bad. Like I think Morata didn't fit in the Madrid system. He's not a bad player, and Bakayoko too is a good signing. People say he had a horrible game against Juventus, but he's good.
But Juju, you need at the end of the day, look, you need superstars, you need top players to win Champions Leagues. Even teams like Juventus and Atletico, teams that are elite or borderline elite fell short because they overwhelmed with quality. And then the Juventus got overwhelmed against Barca in 2015. They got overwhelmed again against Madrid. Atleti, again, they fell short against Madrid twice. Like, you need you need top players to win these competitions. You're not gonna win a Champions League with Morata and Moses and Alonso and Cahill. Like,
dude, they're not gonna win it, obviously, but
yeah,
potentially, especially in the coming years, they are a threat. You get some continuity there, and you have a potential top 5 player in the world in Hazard. Look, Hazard's a great player. He's a world-class player. And you need that special attacker in the Champions League. And I think Hazard fits that mold. It hasn't shown yet, but I think it will in the coming years.
The issue I have with Chelsea is the players they're actually signing. Like, I would understand what you're saying if they were actually signing players, like they were signing top players right now. So I could say,
dude, wait. Fabinho, Bakayoko,
Morata,
Sidibe, and Mendy was good enough to make the semis of the Champions League last year. Dude, Chelsea have
that Monaco team is
fine team.
That Monaco team is arguably better than Chelsea's team.
Who? That's close.
It's close. I agree. I actually agree, but but then again, you have Hazard. You have Hazard, man. And Conte's got to get the best out of Hazard. And you have Pedro, who has European pedigree.
I mean, I just feel that.
I don't know, man.
I just feel that at the end of the day, like if Neymar moves, at the end of the day, the teams that can actually win it are going to be Madrid, PSG, maybe Bayern, and maybe Barca. Even Bayern or Barca are ifs, like because Bayern.
Bayern's not an if. How is Bayern an if?
I don't know, seriously, man. They're wide players. They need a wide player. Like Robben and Ribéry are retiring maybe next year, and these
Robben is fine. Ribéry, according to Heinkes, Heinkes said that Ribéry still has 2 more years at the top level.
Yeah, he was all right. He was all right
so,
this season.
Yeah, he'll be fine. That's fine in my opinion. You still got the best midfielders. You got the best defenders. And you got Lewandowski, who's arguably the best number 9 in Europe.
And
I don't see. These are great squads. You guys.
That's my point, though. At the end of the day, you just have 3.
Oh no, I disagree, Abdul. Because look, UEFA will make it like they will put I think this is the new thing they'll do. They'll start putting hard teams to face each other. Like they'll put so that you have like equal, like you see different teams in the semis. They don't want it to be like a 4-team club where like the 4 or 5 or 6 teams show up in the semifinals. But they will make it so that the hard teams face each other like in the quarters, so that you have new teams in the semi, so it's not the same.
In my opinion, that's not even a good thing because this year, that's what happened. But the semifinals were horrible. Like I know a lot of people that didn't even bother watching the second legs for both times. For me, I don't like. It's not just about seeing new faces in the semis. I don't care about seeing new faces. I want to see the best matches on the biggest stage. That's it. That's the end of. That's why I watch Champions League. That's why I watch. That's why I watch top level football. Like if it was just about seeing new faces.
When Chelsea made the last 4, was that deserved in your opinion?
And
ended up winning it in 2012.
Yes,
man. Sometimes that
year the Chelsea
don't have the Chelsea were not. You could not have argued in 2012 that Chelsea were a top 4 team in Europe.
I agree. I don't think Chelsea deserved it that year, but when you look at their golden generation overall that they did in Europe, I think they deserved it.
Yeah, that's where we can. I don't know. That's where we can part ways, like on whether they deserved it.
They did. Because
they deserve credit for that. That's
I agree.
Incredibly difficult, task to win the fucking Champions League, being 5th in the league in England. Like they were poor all season, and they somehow won it. So
and in the final, you remember the one guy got a debut. Like there was a new guy that got his debut.
Was it Bertrand?
Yeah. And look, man, no disrespect, man. Like that Chelsea team, that Chelsea 11 that won the Champions League, it had some bums. Same thing with 2005 Liverpool. No disrespect to the Reds, but
Well, I think it's
hella bums on that squad.
tougher nowadays because I think
Yeah.
back in the day, like teams like the powerhouses weren't as strong. Like the team that Madrid is building right now is just a fucking beast. Like you add Mbappe to that, you add
Yeah, dude. Dude, I don't know. I think it'll take. I think small teams, for example, like a Dortmund.
yeah.
So, do you think a Dortmund could make a semis of a Champions League?
Oh no, they're done. They're
But
done.
who do they draw? Like at the end of the day, if they draw a Benfica in the round of 16, and then they get lucky and get like I don't know, like somehow they get like a Napoli or they get a favorable draw of another team that got lucky in the round of 16, then yes. But if they get Benfica, then they get a Madrid or they get a Bayern, then probably not. That's the issue. I mean, let's be honest. Monaco were great this year, but the draw did help them. They got City, a team that's beatable, and then they got Dortmund. If they got Madrid or Bayern or even
Yeah.
Barca, they
Yeah.
could have been out in the round of
It-
16 or the quarters, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Honestly, though, that's the thing. Same thing with Just to further your point with Napoli, if they didn't get Madrid in the round of 16, I really think they could have done something special.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I mean, at least in my opinion, as a Real Madrid fan, the toughest 45 minutes of our Champions League campaign were the first 45 minutes at the Sao Paulo.
Yeah,
I was
you guys
shooting-
were fucking waffling.
I was shooting myself.
Y'all were waffling, dude. Hamsik, Insigne, 10 out of 10 half.
yeah.
Seriously, they were unplayable in those 45.
Like I wasn't against Bayern. I didn't feel.
Dude, they were passing through your lot, They were passing through your central lanes, through your central defensive lines like butter.
And,
Seriously,
and-
just passing through. It was too easy.
And I think
Like your press didn't even matter.
the
It
first
was unreal.
the first goal was
unreal.
just the first goal resembled that, like the way they just played through and then
Yeah.
one touch Mertens and
Just
it
one
was
touch.
scary. It was scary. Like
And then Mertens hitting the post. Fuck. Like that just.
Ramos came clutch, I think.
That's the thing about the Champions League. It's all about those moments. Napoli has such a risky playing style that a great technician like Hamsik has the ball in the middle third, loses it, misplaces a pass in the middle of the park. Madrid get a corner. Ramos scores on the inside corner. That's Champions League. Like it's all those fucking moments, you know?
yeah.
Just one fucking moment. One mistake could just ruin you.
And that's why
Yeah.
winning back-to-back Champions League is just unbelievable. Like I still haven't gotten over.
Do you agree, Abdul? Though there's a bit of luck too. Like you need a little bit of luck on your side.
Because you can't name one Champions League team that didn't get lucky at one point. It's just how it works.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah,
What a fucking, it's the elite competition, man. Like,
yeah.
dude, Champions League or World Cup? I'm so smacked right now, but Champions League or World Cup?
If both were played on a yearly basis, I think it would be Champions League no-brainer. The only special thing about the World Cup is that it's every 4 years. So obviously, when it comes around,
has that bigger,
gassed about it. But in terms of when I look at a player, for me, a player performing in the Champions League is way more impressive than a player performing in the World Cup.
Yeah.
The Champions League is just the highest level for me.
Yeah. So I think, man, we were supposed to talk about Neymar to PSG, and we just fucking went into
that
another
leads to
orbit.
something else. The Coutinho to Barca rumors are heating up. So, I honestly think it's fake. I think Barca's board are just leaking this to
They're leaking propaganda to their media, bro. That's what they're
to calm them down. Yeah, to calm the fans down.
Exactly.
I don't see
Catalonia radio, man. So shameless. I know there are no Kool-Aids here, so we all fucking hate Barcelona on this podcast right now.
Good.
I'm just trying to be objective. Like I'm very rarely biased on here. Like I'm trying to be objective. I just don't see it happening. If Klopp sells, I mean, if Liverpool,
what the fuck kind of message is that sent to your fan? If that happens, Liverpool fans, y'all are a small club. You have to admit,
that
y'all are a small club. That's Suarez,
All right, where would
Coutinho,
Coutinho play? Where would he play though? I don't think because Neymar is central, like where Coutinho usually plays.
bench
Well,
Iniesta. You
well,
bench
some people are
Iniesta and hope for
reporting.
the best.
I'm seeing reports that he might end up being the Neymar replacement, but that doesn't make sense because Neymar
Yeah,
loves him and he wanted him at Barca. It's just a mess right now. Honestly,
I
this
think
Neymar Coutinho thing is a mess.
it's a spite move. Like they're just doing it to spite
Bro, they
Neymar.
waffling right now. They just Barca board. They out here like Mr.
But
Krabs, bro.
imagine if LFC actually sell him, and they're probably not getting Keita at this point, from what I'm hearing. And Van Dijk is still. You never know, right? I mean, if they lose Coutinho, and their summer signing so far is Salah. I mean, Liverpool fans talk a lot.
Dude, the dream. If Liverpool get Coutinho, Van Dijk, I'm speaking totally unbiased here. Coutinho, Van Dijk, and if they keep Coutinho, get Van Dijk and Keita, they are title contenders.
I agree,
Truthfully,
but I don't
Yep.
see them. But the thing is, now
But
this is the issue with Liverpool. They're putting all their eggs in one basket, right? They're going after Keita. Where's your plan B? What if you don't get him? This is the problem now. Van Dijk. See, first of all, how good is Van Dijk? I mean, this guy gets so much hype, but
I
actually,
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
People just say he's an athlete and he looks like a Rolls Royce of a defender, man. He recovers well. He's very good with the ball. That's it, really.
so no one here actually watches him, right? Because I haven't.
No.
Nope.
Yeah,
I
no.
watched him once, and Martial scored a brace in that game, ruined him.
Oh, was it the one from the one game where Depay and Martial went off at Southampton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did he play? I don't know if he played in the game where Ibra scored. Ibra scored against Southampton. I think that was
Yeah.
Pogba's debut. Yeah, it was Pogba's debut.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did Van Dijk play in that game? I can't remember.
Can't remember.
Yeah. With the Tosin, you said Liverpool, like if they make the three signings there, I mean they're title contenders, but I don't think so because here's the problem. I'll offend Liverpool fans and Man City fans, but like with Klopp and Pep, they need players that are above like because with their playing style they go full throttle the whole time. Like they just, I mean if you're in the if you're playing for their team, like if someone doesn't get like there's usually someone injured when playing for Pep or Club because they just like the demand is too high. Like this guy's demand their players to perform at a high level each game and they, like the only way these guys are going to win in the EPL they have to have players above Chelsea and Man United, like way above, like they had in because Dortmund was really good and they need, and right now what I see is like I don't think they're really their quality is not as like there's no the space and quality is not that big between like Liverpool and let's say City and like Chelsea and Man United. I think it's close and I don't think it will, like it's enough to win the title. Even if they sign the players, they need
Yeah,
because
but
they need
that's
like
fair. I just think it's enough to contend. Yeah, I agree. I think the disparity in talent it's closing. It's really closing it with the top six, and I think you'll see it with the top six and the rest of the Premier League. There's going to be like probably a 20-point difference from sixth to seventh or some shit. I really think the top six is just gonna
Yeah,
sweep through the fodder this season.
it's definitely if Liverpool get Keita and Van Dijk, they're gonna be a problem. I agree.
Yeah.
But I think because no one in the Premier League has really had a crazy transfer window. Like if as it stands,
Would you say Cities has been crazy?
like for me, buying players doesn't mean that you had a good window. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
like Mendy.
They're buying their needs though. Fullback. You said people say they need fullbacks.
yeah,
right?
but the price they're paying is it a good deal? Like if these guys are like they bought a goalkeeper for 45 million. Like is that even a good deal?
Nah,
I mean,
dude, I'm telling you, man, Ederson, he's the truth. I think he's a top 2 goalie in the league. I really think only De Gea is better than
So let's assume
Ederson.
Ederson is a good buy, right? And then Mendy is a good buy.
Yeah.
Right back, Danilo, I'm sorry. I mean, he might end up being a good buy, but you just have to use what you know, right?
Danilo, they have 2 right backs now, right? Danilo and
Yeah.
Kyle Walker.
And Kyle Walker.
Think
Now,
about that. That's not
that's
bad
good
for the
enough for the
Premier
Premier
League.
League. That's good enough for the
Exactly.
Premier League. But for
Yeah.
Pep, you have to do well in Europe next season. Like Pep has no excuses next season. I expect at least a quarterfinal.
No, don't say quarter. Don't say that. Semi.
Semi?
Because Pep has that. Pep has that semi. Because every time he's been in the Champions League, he's made the semis, except for what happened this past season.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah. Semifinals. So
let's see.
is that
Pep's
good
got to
enough for a
deliver a
semifinal?
semi, man. He's got to, because Pellegrini, even though I still think he was a bit lucky. He got to a semi in his final season.
Yeah.
Pep's got to do it within his first 2 seasons. Come on.
He's putting too much pressure on himself.
So now is that he spent a lot of money,
but the money's there.
Now
that's too much pressure, though.
My point is,
they're delivering. The board is delivering for him.
But if
they're
you spend a lot of
delivering on all
money,
fronts.
if you spend a lot of money, you better spend it on the right players because money equals pressure.
Yep. And that's the thing. If Mendy or Walker or Danilo, or I think they're trying to even buy Bertrand, if these dudes, any of these dudes turn out to be a flop, it just depends on City's form at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do.
Because with Pep, he's either winning. If he comes out without any trophy, this will be a big problem because you cannot spend this much and then have no results because he needs at least, I think, how many trophies would you guys say? I think he needs 2 trophies or either reach the same as or he needs either
honestly,
Premier League or something.
I don't care about
He
like
needs at least.
I don't care about the FA Cup, the League Cup, and all that garbage. All I care about is give me a league title and give me a semi-final in the Champions League. I couldn't care less about the FA Cup and the League Cup. Those trophies are like poverty trophies for teams like Hull City and stuff like.
Yeah, but the expectations are really high because all this spending is you have to produce. Like,
you gotta deliver a league title at the very least.
His reputation is on the line. That's just a fact.
I don't think, honestly, at present, this dude, shout out Nigerian Scabs. He had this joke that City hits the pitch all chest no legs, like because they're so like
top heavy.
They're just so top heavy, bro, just so attack. And I'm saying, bro, for the Champions League, I really think Pep might get embarrassed again in the Champions League. I really think it's gonna happen again. But in the Premier League, though, if he wins the league and doesn't get to the Champions League semi, that's still a good season, I guess. That's still a season where he'll still keep his job at the very least. So
I think Pep will keep his job even if he doesn't win anything again.
Yeah.
Oh man, if I'm an owner, bro, you fired.
But I think City just believe.
You call yourself the best manager in the world, and I'm trophyless after 2 seasons.
But I think City just believe in the project and all that shit. So
yeah, there was a point. Yeah, because there was a point
in the process.
Yeah. There was a point Pep was considered the greatest manager of all time. Like when he was winning all the titles with Barcelona, they called him the greatest manager of all time. And right now, I mean, if he doesn't win a trophy, if he goes 2 trophyless season in the EPL, I mean, with all the resources, I mean, this guy's, as Abdul said, this guy's reputation.
That's good ammo for Premier League fans.
Yeah,
But the thing about that debate, right? Pep is struggling in the Premier League because the team he's coaching right now is the worst team he's ever coached in his career. Not because the Premier League.
But the quality he has relative to the teams within his division is arguably better or comparative. You know what I mean? You can compare them. So
my point is also in Europe. For example, Pep underperformed last year in Europe because his team was much worse than the teams he had before. It's not rocket science, right? It makes sense. You have a manager that has a philosophy that
they were good enough to beat to at least go past the round of 16.
He fucked up. That's not. This is why Pep. This is why Pep is not necessarily my favorite manager, even though I defend him a lot. He's not he doesn't always have solutions. Now, if he
I
had,
will say this: hot take, hot take.
yeah,
At present, Manchester City are better than Barcelona.
Who?
if Barca lose Neymar,
Yeah, or even with Neymar.
no, with Neymar,
Seriously.
Barca, I think Barca beat them with Neymar again.
City beat them at the Etihad. Don't forget,
Yeah, but
and
that
outplayed
was.
them, and outplayed them in stretches at the Camp Nou. So
But then that's the thing, though. That's what. Look at the Camp Nou game, right? That's why Pep is just. That's why I can never really.
that
Trust
was man. That was just those players, man. Those were all just player
that
inflicted,
game just
really.
showed. I think that game showed the brilliance of Pep, and at the same time the Achilles heel of Pep, because Barca
Yeah,
City outplayed Barca, but they lost what 4-0.
yeah.
Yeah.
just because Barca had MSN.
That game was literally Pep in a nutshell. Like it was City, like really did outplay Barca. I really thought they outplayed Barca, but they lost 4-0. Like it
Yeah.
made no sense.
Yep. That's what I'm saying, bro. With the personnel they have right now, they can beat Barca. I really think that. So,
But Barcelona have Messi though, like the Messi
true.
factor.
I
Like the guy
know, I
just
know, I know. Sometimes you just, sometimes you gotta just disregard Messi in these conversations.
Now,
'Cause
part of me as a Madrid fan wants Neymar to stay because I have a feeling if Neymar leaves, Messi's just gonna go ham. Like he's gonna have a
he
crazy.
will,
uh,
he will, he will,
Yeah,
he
with,
definitely will. But
with
I don't think that'll be enough. That's the point, because I think unless Messi's scoring, I think Messi's in a position where deep into the Champions League, Barca just
he's gonna get tired.
tactical news, and he gets tired. He's going to get tired. It happened in the World Cup. He was
yeah,
carrying Argentina the
the
whole,
pressure. Yeah.
and sent the semifinals come in, and then he's
I,
tired.
I
He's
think
just
at one
fatigued.
point Messi. I think at one point in the season, if Messi feels that he's running out of gas, he's just gonna save his energy for the World Cup because I think that's his.
Exactly. That's what he's got to do.
That's what he.
That's really what he's got to do. It's all
Yeah.
about the World Cup for Messi, honestly.
Yeah,
in
honestly,
2018.
Messi has nothing else to prove with Barca. That's for sure. So,
If Messi
Yeah.
wins the World Cup, that's the Ballon d'Or there. Period.
bro,
Online.
fuck the Ballon d'Or. Like, who cares about the Ballon d'Or?
And no, that's the Ballon d'Or, and that's the legacy sealer. Like
Like, if
that's
you win,
number
Yeah.
one all
the World
time,
Cup,
undisputed. That gives him the undisputed title
yeah, if he
of
wins the
number
World
one
Cup,
ever.
just retire. That's it. You completed football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Messi, with Messi is like with Neymar going, it will be difficult for him because I mean it won't be like as difficult, but like with Neymar will be a miss because like Neymar removes some of the pressure Messi feels sometimes. Like when Messi cannot get through, like sometimes it looks at Neymar or Neymar to like do something, and without Neymar, like like there'll be another missing superstar. So it's like
But without Neymar, then
yeah.
Messi's literally the only creative player on the team. Like, it's
Yeah,
literally like Hazard at Chelsea.
yeah. Because there've been instances where Neymar like just showed up, and sometimes Messi didn't show up, and Neymar just showed up. Like the PSG game away, like away when they were when they were in Paris. It was like Neymar was the only one causing problem. Like to
Yeah.
PSG, like, it was, and like everyone was shut down except Neymar. Like you won't have that this time. That'll be a problem. Like that would be a problem for Barcelona. And for the Neymar, I think he has to go because you cannot play these games where you say you're leaving and you stay or you stay. He just has to go.
I think the damage has already been done. Like, if he
Yeah, yeah,
leaves, Barca fans and his pedigree at Barca will never be looked at in this
yeah,
same way again. Like, the
Yep.
damage has already been done. He sold them the dream of being the next guy after Messi, and he literally tried to leave without even giving them a heads up. So
Yeah.
even if he stays, the damage has already been done.
yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll finish this point. Sorry, Tozy, I'll finish this point. And like right now, he's young, so he has the leverage over Barcelona. He can just play with Barcelona like this. But once the table stands where Neymar is playing poorly and and like he's not scoring enough goals, he'll be treated like garbage by Barcelona because it's like you have to either leave or stay. You cannot play these kinds of games where you either you say you're going or you're leaving, and then you're not saying anything, and he just has to leave because this won't be a good thing. It won't be a good thing if he stays. He just has to leave because already, as Abdul said, the damage is done. I think.
That's facts, bro.
I mean,
Yeah.
PK. Yeah, I think PK said something along the lines of, if Neymar wants to be our leader, then that's not possible. Then he has to do it elsewhere because Messi is and will always be our leader.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So, what do you guys think of? Oh, sorry. Moving on. I just thought we should go to Mbappe to Madrid because we're running
yeah,
short on time.
I woke up yesterday to some rumors of Marca reported that a deal was agreed for 180 million.
Yeah.
That's BS because the deal wasn't agreed, but Perez, Zidane, and Jose, what's his name? Our transfer director, pretty much. They were spotted at the trading ground. Apparently, they were talking for a few minutes, and all the sources close to Real Madrid have all agreed that a deal hasn't been reached, but Real Madrid are trying to sign Mbappe. That's the bottom line, and they have 6 months to do so.
I would say this is a good purchase, but yeah, and not because of last season. I think Mbappe is an intelligent player. Like I see like his movements. He can adapt. Like if let's say he gets an injury, he can adapt. He can adapt his game. That's why.
Mbappe, man, he's the fucking one. Cause
Yeah.
imagine Mbappe, Benzema, Cristiano as a front three. Good night, Europe. Good night, Europe. Because Mbappe's movement. I've been watching so many Mbappe comps. I literally watch Mbappe comps at least once a week, man. No homo. The dude, he's just so fun. Dude's just so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And a big part of Monaco's game is where Mbappe's peeling off on the left. Imagine those passes being played by Madrid players. The amount of service he'd get.
The most impressive thing about Mbappe, obviously his movement. He has CR7-esque movement at 18, which is just unbelievable. Like movement, what people don't understand is movement is all about footballing IQ and experience. Something you gain with age. And this guy at 18,
he already
has it. Now he's finishing.
And the thing is, man, his finishing can improve. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's what he's got to improve on.
Finishing is already unreal. Like
his finishing is already unreal.
And to add to that is like his mentality. He has a tough mentality. Like he doesn't like in the big like. Did he score in every knockout game? Like this guy showed up.
When he scored against Juve, I was like, yo, y'all can't tell me nothing.
He's so fucking cold. Like
that's when you know, cold. He's the truth.
Yeah, and it's like with that's the I wouldn't judge him on the goals that he scored last season. I don't think that's the price. The price is like the small things, like the one he scored, like his mentality, his movements, these things that you can adapt. Like even if he gets injured, like the biggest worry is the injury. If he gets an injury, like his pace might go down.
You don't want that Michael Owen. You don't want that Michael Owen.
Yeah, but does anyone here think the price tag will affect him? Like I think no one.
No. This guy's
he's just so cold.
He's just a killer, man. You don't even think about that.
Yeah, that game against Dortmund where he scored the third goal, I was like, this guy.
Bro, he's gonna score 30+ goals this season.
Like one-on-one,
he stays.
One-on-one facing the yellow wall. He's 18.
Yeah,
any teenager would literally just shoot it, right?
Yeah.
Put it on target and it will probably go in. This guy picked up the top corner.
He looked at it. He's like, "Yo, that's where it's going there, bro."
Henry
gonna stop this
in probably the biggest game of his career at the time, facing the yellow wall, most hostile stadium in Europe, arguably.
Yeah.
And then does the celebration like.
Freaking Ozil couldn't do that. Ozil couldn't do that. Like Ozil bottled a chance against Dortmund. The mentality is really strong. Like Ozil couldn't do that. Like, I just did it at 18, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is something special."
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie, but Ozil one-on-one, like I just assume that he'll fuck it up. Like,
yeah,
man, y'all some hating ass
No,
You can't be perfect. You can't be perfect in
oh no,
everything.
it's the mentality is really underrated in football because it's like look at that's the like Dembele. I
Yeah,
think is
mentality is everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
because like Dembele, he's a really good player, but the last season he missed against Bayern Munich and the game against Monaco he missed. But I'm not like those. I know he was
Now
good the rest of the
let's talk
season,
about
but
Usman. Let's talk about Usman. Okay,
Now,
yeah,
so against
uh,
Bayern, that was his moment. That was the
yeah,
moment where you were like, okay, this kid's destined for the top because his team was down at the Allianz 1
yeah,
0. Bayern should have probably been up 4-0 at the
yeah,
time. Seriously, they were getting raped all over the pitch. And it took two special moments from him. He just took over the game,
yeah,
playing 90 minutes. Like, that shit is not hard, bro.
yeah.
With world class players, you're playing against world class players. And,
Is
you
he
know,
19 or 20?
yeah, he
19.
was 19 at the time when he
Yeah.
did that.
And
That's when you knew. That's when I knew, yup, Dembele, this kid's going to be a world class player.
it's same
And
as the final against it was what is it, Frankfurt. I think he scored the opening goal. Like he just
oh, sorry. Actually, I need to correct that. No, when he scored that goal against Bayern, I said that this is where he can be a Ballon d'Or type player,
yeah.
not world class. Ballon d'Or. He
yeah,
just needs to develop that shoot. If he can work on that shooting technique, that's really it. That's if he can work on the shooting technique and his decision making, which continually improves as you get older. Sky's the limit.
Yeah. On the downside is he had a terrible week. The game uh, against Monaco and before the weekend there was the game against Munich, and I was concerned about that because he did show up against Monaco, and that would have been a great game to show up. Like I think he assisted or he was involved in Dortmund's goal,
Yeah,
but
he assisted Royce. He
yeah,
was good. He was good in the second leg. I thought. I watched that game. I thought he was
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I mean the first leg, like it was like a short
First leg, the whole team. I think I don't know. Maybe you can attribute that to
with the bus, the bombing or
the
something.
bus. Yeah, the bus incident. But
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, but one of arguably the most reliable source when it comes to Real Madrid news, Jose Luis Sanchez reported that Madrid
Mbappe's
are
coming.
following
Yeah.
him. Madrid are following him.
Oh yeah, and yeah, Mbappe and Dembele.
That's just fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah, I think Madrid are taking a risk by this
You
one
have
because
that,
you have
and
to take
dude,
this.
Madrid are just stocking up on young talents.
Yeah,
On the elite of the elite. It's crazy. You can't.
I mean, if you land Dembele and Mbappe, then you have Dembele, Mbappe, Asensio, the top three talents in world football right now, in terms of
Yeah,
under 23 talents, under 21 talents.
and
yeah.
you know what's great if you see like all these young players go to like Stamford Bridge or like Old Trafford, they just put out a performance. It's like a 3 or 4-0 against Man United. That would be something else. Like where you see
Yeah.
like all this, you see Mbappe and like let's say Asensio, like they just deliver and you're like, oh my goodness, this is the next superstars.
Yeah, truthfully. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so we're done with
you
the
guys
Spanish.
want to go to Italy? Y'all want to go to Italy?
Sure.
We'll stop in Italy.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's look at Juventus, man. They just copped Bernardeschi,
Cost,
and surprisingly, the Schick deal did not go through. Just saying, the Schick deal
apparently they
because
tried. Yeah.
he did the medical, but apparently they said that the doctors found some form of heart condition.
That's unfortunate for the guy.
But they said it's not career threatening, but I don't know. They still
Well,
said that they found some.
apparently, he can play, but he needs, I think, 27 days off. And
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly.
they don't want to
That's
waste
what I
any
heard.
time. They don't want to take any risks. Apparently, they tried to get him for a cheaper price after that. Sampdoria were like, fuck off. So they got Bernardeschi, they got Douglas Costa, and they got Di Chilio to replace Alves. Now, the Juventus attack is looking tasty. Like you talked
And they're
about.
interested in Matic.
Yeah,
Just
so that
saying.
attack is looking tasty. You've got Higuain, he'll score goals. You've got Dybala, obviously. who I'm expecting a big season from. Um,
Yep, this
got-
is another high leverage season.
yeah, Bernadeschi, good talent. I think he'll fit in well. Left-footed, he'll cut inside. You've got Costa, your classical winger. You know, your old school winger. On the left, he'll hug the touchline. He'll spam crosses. Now that attack is interesting. The problem with Juventus is not even losing Bonucci because I think they've got.
I think that is it because okay, shout out breaking the lines because Zach did a podcast with the people on with some Juventus fans and they just talked Juventus for the whole podcast.
Is it
And
Marco Messina, the guy from
yeah, I
Italian
don't know. I
football
think it was
TV?
Marco Messina or something, or
Other guys.
they said that when Juve lose players, when it's Vidal, you know, they can still move on. When it's Pogba, they can move on. Zidane, they moved on. But when it's your defense, they say Juve is built on defense. Like that is the, I don't know, that is the foundation of what, you know, Juventus is built on: mentality and defense. And
Yeah, true, but you have to get rid of it. Like,
if you take out their best defender, that's I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing though. I think Bonucci's a big loss because obviously leadership. He was supposed to be the captain after Buffon, and he's great on the ball. I mean, let's not lie. Khedira, Pjanic, he helps Khedira and Pjanic a lot because he can just. They don't have as much responsibility most of the time because you can just ping it out and Juventus start from there, especially in transition. Now, the problem for me is Di Chilio. The problem is you lost because if you still have two world-class fullbacks, Sandro and Alves, then Juventus are scary going forward. But the problem, Di Chilio is just a nothing player. Like you had to find a better.
Alves played how many weeks of the Serie A season?
I mean, I think Juve will win the Serie A anyways, though.
Let's give Di Chilio a chance, Abdul, because like
okay, so we're thinking
Alves had some. Alves was good going front, but like in that game against Barca, I mean Neymar did like that fast leg. Neymar did some like he was better than like he outshined Alves on that side. I think we should give Di Chilio a chance.
I thought Alves had Neymar that game, in my opinion.
Like the one that he got like a yellow card. He almost got like he was.
Are you talking second
about the 3-0? The 3-0 Juve? Alves was really good that game.
But, no, I disagree. I think Neymar like he did well. Like Neymar.
No, I thought Neymar was good too. I think I don't know, just because.
Like I mean, the goals like I mean the goals like Iniesta. I think Iniesta or Messi. No, it was Iniesta that missed the good opportunity, and the Dybala goals were really difficult. Like it was not an easy goals. Like they were difficult to score, especially the second one. And like Neymar had a good Neymar, I think, because Alves was booked, and it was all like he had a couple of fouls of Neymar. Like I think I would give Di Chilio a chance. I would give him at least half the season to see how good he is.
But I think it's fair to say that I think Juventus will repeat again. They're gonna win. They're gonna win their 7th straight because their attack is way. I want to give credit to Sal for this. I was watching one of his videos and he talked about how Juventus right now their attack they can just score so many goals. Like they should be able to break the Serie A record for goals scored. Like Higuain can give you 30, Dybala 20. Douglas Costa, he's got his 15 to 20. Mandzukic.
Dybala gave him 7 Serie A goals, 7 goals from open play in Serie A last season.
But let's not forget, Dybala was injured a lot, and I think Dybala's in for a big season. I think
he's got to deliver this year.
Bernadeschi can give you another
year.
I have a question for you guys. Is the stuff that Bonucci told Dybala true, like in the locker room in the Champions League final?
Who knows? I mean,
I don't know, dude. But I don't know. Apparently, Alves and Bonucci were ganging up on him, saying he was playing like a pussy or something.
Then Bazzali defending him, and they almost got in a fist fight, and then that explained the second half.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It is what it is. It happens in locker rooms, like Abdul says.
Yeah, I said it on one of the podcasts. Like, in team sports, shit like that happens. I just think maybe if it actually happened, it was a big deal just because of Bonucci's history, his attitude towards Allegri, his attitude overall. Apparently, he's a bit of a dick, and he had a lot of problems with a lot of Juve players. But just that, um, just looking at it, looking at that one time, like that's normal. Like all team sports, especially at a pro level, the locker room is always like that. You know, it's just
Yeah.
you've got top level athletes and they want to win. It's biggest match of their careers for most of them, at least.
Yeah. So for Milan, you want to talk Milan and Inter?
Well, they haven't gotten any since our last podcast. Milan haven't really.
Yeah, they haven't really done.
I had they getting Renato Sanchez is almost close because Renato Sanchez is looking for minutes like to play because I mean every player right now I think is preparing for the World Cup. So Renato is looking for the Milan deal.
You know, I'm sure he's pushing for it. Look, man, Milan get Renato, and then they just got to get Belotti. They're a Belotti signing away.
And how about?
But they won't win the league, man. They won't win the league.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. If they get Belotti, we're talking. Now we're talking.
I still think they need maybe
the manager. It's the manager, I guess.
The manager, yeah. If they had Conte, you know what? If they had like Conte, I'd pick them to win Serie A. Like, but Montella, man, come on. Like Juve.
If they get Belotti, I expect a 3-horse race in Italy. Seriously, Juve, Milan, Napoli.
Napoli. That's the thing about Napoli, though, because Napoli now they're keeping all their players, and I thought Napoli were already good enough to win the league. But I just think one more year, more experience, man. I do think Napoli can win it, but I don't see Milan winning it.
Yeah. Fair. We'll see.
I forgot to point with Juventus is the Douglas Costa is a really good signing. I'm still wondering why Munich sold Costa because he's a really good player. I think he was injured before the Madrid game. That's why he's playing bad.
Dude, but Munich fans, they seem to hate him, bro.
Yeah, but because I think he played like this season. He was not as good as last season. Like he was not crossing as much more, and he was like taking more chances, and he was not as good as last season. But I think he's still a good player. That performance against Arsenal, I mean. That's not a horrible player. I mean, it's Arsenal, but that's not a horrible player. but he's still good. He's still good because he was. I remember he was injured before that game. I think he pushed it and he had a bad performance. And like, I don't know why they sold him. They reacted too soon because that's a really good signing. He's a good player.
True. So
now
back to Spain. Back to Spain.
Yeah.
One of the BBC. If you had to take out one of the BBC, let's just get each of y'all's opinions.
Bale.
Or Mbappe. Who is it gonna be?
Bale. Easy.
I'll say I don't know how Benzema has made it. Like it's almost 10 years.
Yo, dog, you're a Kareem hater, man.
No, is he
Benzema hater?
Look, I thought this guy would be at Madrid by like 2012. Is it almost 2018 and he's still at Madrid? Like it's almost 10 years in this guy. I don't know how he made it, but
bro, he has a $1 billion euro release clause. Like this isn't no. This is a potent.
No, I would go against Abdul's point. I would say Bale. You have to give but Bale sometimes I don't know what happened to Bale, but I would give Bale until he gets injured and then bench him the rest of the season.
Let me be clear. Bale is a top class player. When he's in form, he's easily top 10 in the world, right? He can score a goal out of nothing. He's just an amazing player, right? Now, Bale gets injured every season. And he has never really looked at home at Real Madrid in terms of the system, in terms of the playing style, maybe in terms of just having the freedom to express himself. Now, I was just watching that game against United. I know it's the first game of the season, preseason. Maybe he's not 100% fit and all of that. But, man, Bale looks physically – he doesn't look the same physically. And if
it's the first game of preseason.
I know, but if Bale loses his physical attributes, then he's finished at Real Madrid. That's just
Give the guy a chance. Since Bale joined Madrid, he's won 3 Champions League. I mean, I won't get rid of this guy. And the 2 Champions League he was involved.
I did more in last year's Champions League run than Bale. Like,
yeah, true.
Yeah, but Bale was important in the first two, to be
I
fair.
scored way more during the games than Bale did.
Oh yeah, but he gives you option. He gives you option.
No, that's the thing. Now, if Bale stays fit this season, and if hopefully what I've seen of him is just because it's early in preseason, and he gets back to his like usual physical condition, then I'm expecting a big season from him because he's the player with the most to prove. He has the most to prove in the whole squad, pretty much.
Yeah, because he's like he's sometimes the guy's clutch. Like he would just when everyone's heads down, like Bale sometimes comes clutch, and he's really important in that team.
But Bale, but if you had to get rid of one player from the BBC, I mean, I'm still picking Bale.
No, he's almost like how old is Bale? Like almost reaching his peak.
28 now.
Yeah, but this
almost reaching his peak, dude. I think his peak is past him, bro.
Oh no,
I really do.
It's for most players usually like 20, 28, 29. That's when for most players like it's usually except like Messi. I think is like no Messi's already. No, I'm not sure about Messi, but for most players it's usually around that.
Yeah,
around that
we look
time.
at. I don't know. Maybe it's blasphemous to compare Bale to Robin, but Robin kind of peaked at 30, 31.
Yeah.
So,
but still, Bale has it. He has it. There's no way this guy just did. There's no way. I would believe it. I trust in Bale. He will deliver. He will deliver. You just trust the guy. Because if you sell Bale, I think if you sell Bale, he'll go somewhere and then he'll be like Robin 2.0, where he goes to Munich and then starts delivering there. Because Bale is still
no, I don't think so.
Robin was much younger when he was sold. And
he was injured too. He was like Bale, injury prone.
But to be fair, we've seen Bale carry teams though. We've seen him carry teams.
The way Robin comes back from injuries is just amazing though. Like the way Robin always comes back stronger. I can't really say the same about Bale.
Bro, what the fuck can Bale say in Madrid now? Okay, so first season, it was a great debut season, good debut season. Then the season after,
the season after was the worst by professional.
Some of the worst games you'll ever see. The game versus Valencia where he cost y'all the streak.
The Juve game.
Juve.
Wait.
Wait. Let me just say though. Wait. Chill. Let me just say. So in those games, in the midst of that fucking awful ass season, Bale's agent comes out and says, doesn't go to Ancelotti. Goes to Perez and says, my client is leaving if you don't play this guy centrally. If you don't give him a central role, my client is leaving. And so Perez panics, says that to Ancelotti. Ancelotti feels slighted, like, yo, Bale, you couldn't come to me like to talk about this? Because Ancelotti, he's such a fucking personal guy.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking likes Ancelotti. So the season after that, with Rafa, he gets to play central, and then I don't know, sooner or later they realize the team is best in a different formation, and Bale has to be on the flanks again. So what is it with Bale? What the fuck? What does he have to show anymore at Madrid, really? Because I know he has to have the form, but he's never gonna be the central option that he thought he could be at Madrid. Because he said in his interviews that my first season, it's just the adrenaline of being at the biggest club in the world, for the first season. So I was content with playing on the right. I feel I should be through the middle. Like that. This is what Bale was saying in interviews specifically. He was talking hard, bro.
He has every right. I'll tell you guys why. Because
he doesn't.
He does.
Champions League without him. He doesn't.
No, but look. You guys remember like the last 2 Champions League. If Bale was not on that field, I'm not sure Madrid are winning. I'm not sure like they're winning two of those Champions League, because in 2014 I mean, Cristiano went cold. Like we didn't even know he was on the pitch.
Cristiano set him up for one of those 1v1s.
Oh
It
no,
was a
but he was.
Cristiano pass. I'm
Oh
just
no,
saying though. I'm just saying.
ah,
I'm just saying.
he didn't do anything. I mean, the whole game.
I know it was a subpar performance.
Juju man, Bale was
He was trying. So he
now
was trying. He
now
was trying.
against Schalke it was okay, easy tie. I think Bale played really well, but it was an easy tie anyways. Dortmund, Bale played well. Again, it was like a straightforward kind of thing. Obviously, second leg was a bit crazy. Now, Bayern, first leg he didn't play. Second leg he played. He played well in the second leg. The game was already over within like the first 20 minutes.
No. Second leg, he was amazing. Like, did you see like he was like the whole team? The second leg, I'd say that was the whole team, but Bale was too good. He was good.
But then again,
Which game you talking about? Which game?
At the Allianz Arena.
In the
Oh,
final,
come on, bro. Everyone was good.
In the final against Atletico, he was trying, but he was poor. He missed a lot of chances.
Yeah, but Abdul, at least he was trying. I mean, Ronaldo was cold missing. Like the guy, we didn't even know he was on the pitch.
Yeah,
like,
but that's not an excuse for Bale to play poorly. Like Ronaldo.
Yeah, it's not his performance doesn't depend on Ronaldo.
And who scored the winner? By the way, who scored the winner in that game? Like,
Man, nigga, I could have scored that. You know
No.
Now
I don't even know why I'm hating on Bale, dude. Bale's a great player.
But Bale in 2016, I thought he was impressive. Now,
Yep, dude. That last half of the season, dude. I don't know. I think it was exactly that Clasico game.
Yeah, I mean, he was
last 30 minutes in the Camp Nou, last 30, 45 minutes. Bale this was the first game. I was just like schmack, just watching this game, and I was like, wow, Bale is actually performing in the Clasico. I've never seen this. Like that's the first thing I told myself. Bale is performing.
The cross for Ronaldo was good. Then
he actually scored a goal that was wrongly ruled out. I remember.
Then he went on to in the City tie. I thought he was good at the Etihad. He was amazing at in the home game where he didn't score. I mean, it was an own goal, but he kind of made things happen.
Yeah, and the final, Abdul. I think did Kroos. Yeah, in the final, I saw Bale tracking back, like he was running and defending, but no one.
No, in the final, you could argue that Bale was Madrid's best player.
Yeah, that was
very good.
And then I think Kroos crossed the ball, and then Bale, I think he flicked, like he just touched it a bit, and Ramos scored the goal. I think Bale touched. Oh, yeah, Bale touched.
Yeah, it was a Bale touch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this. That was like huge performance. And two against Atleti, like. And Ronaldo scored 3 goals this past season. Like
in the final, don't forget the chance he created for, was it Ronaldo or Benzema, where he took he was playing on the left. It was in the second half, I believe. He
was killing him from the left, really.
He beat 3 players, then he slid it through to I think it was Ronaldo. And Oblak was out of goal, but someone cleared it off the line. I can't remember who. But yeah, Bale, especially the first 20 minutes of that game, Bale was playing like a flat-out superstar. Like they couldn't touch him.
Yeah, and that's with Bale. It's like sometimes when he shows up, like you can't just
if he's gotten slower, as Abdul's saying, if he's kind of lost the juice a little bit,
then he's finished at that
level. He's got to go, bro. Yeah. He can't be at Madrid anymore.
That's what's kind of scaring me, because if he loses that and if he stays fit, then, the politics of it, he might have to start and he might be trash, and it might be another 14, 15 thing, where he's ass and he just plays every game, and it might cost us everything again. So yeah, that scares me. Now I wanted to discuss one last thing actually. Do you guys watch Mourinho's? Do you guys follow Mourinho's press conferences?
I watched one of them.
Was it the one that? Yeah, I like the last thing I had about Mourinho was he said like, I see why Zidane wins game, like because he has good players. Like
he has players with exceptional quality.
That's the last thing.
I'm not even gonna talk about that. I just want to talk about, man, the guy looks so depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just in light of his, his father passing, and
Yeah, because I saw like his hair is really great, and like the whole face, the man looks. Yeah, it's true, Abdul. Because I was like, I don't know if
the truth is, I think he's looked depressed since he got to Manchester. Because first season, people forget, like, apparently he was living in a hotel for like and his family kind of like refused to move to Manchester. They would only stay in London.
Yeah.
At most. So that, not having family around, nobody wins when the family feuds, man. Word to Sean Carter. So
the thing about Mourinho is just I just fear for Mourinho, man, because even he said it, like, this transfer market for United has just been, in my opinion, shocking, because I had
look, man, you can't look, God. That's the thing. United fans got to realize this is the post-Fergie era. This is not the era where you can take cleverly and win the Premier League. It's past. It's past that. We passed that now. Teams are getting stronger. You got to get, if you're not gonna be a big club and be like, hey, and just fucking go to Bayern and be like, hey, we want Lewandowski.
Oh, it won't happen.
If you can't do that, or go to Barca and say we want Neymar. If you can't make those big type marquee signings, at least find some great world-class prospects.
Do you know what?
Matic? What the fuck kind of targets are these?
This United team is even Mourinho confirmed pretty much that what he's looking at is Perisic and Matic. Now let's assume his dream comes true and he gets them, right? Like, that's Lukaku, Lindelof, who looks like a shocking player, by the way. Like, I mean, that guy looks fucking shit. Like,
yo,
like, that guy looks like, man, that guy. Imagine that guy against Rondon, or like some of the Premier League, the Premier League strikers.
Yo, he looking weak out here, man.
Did you see that tackle on Did you see the tackle on Theo Hernandez in the friendly?
So what the fuck is he doing with that? That was some brain dead shit. I don't. He thought the ball was there to be cleared or something. I don't know.
Talking about the friendlies, the penalties. My goodness, I don't know. I know that, like, it was friendly, but this guy's a professional.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was shocking.
He was. That was a horrible.
I just can't get into a full 90-minute preseason game.
Yeah, but
I can watch. I watch 30 to 40 minutes max, and then I'm just like,
I don't really watch it. I just put it on while I'm doing something else, and I just kind of like look at it, like, just look at it every few minutes.
Yeah, it's so. I just want the season to fucking start, dude. Like, I'm just.
Yeah. Now going back to United, like, United, man, like, I can see this being another disastrous season. Like,
do you know what? Do you know what, Abdul? The TV money, people say it's good, like they're getting a lot of money, but I think it's working to their disadvantage, because if you have a superstar outside of the EPL and you want, like, any EPL team is interested, you overcharge. Like, you'll be stupid not to overcharge, because like, these guys are getting overcharged. You want to know what's funny though?
Yo, but just back to Neymar for a quick second.
Yeah.
Zahavi, Neymar Senior contacted Zahavi because Neymar felt that he wanted to have his own team.
Yeah.
In quotes, and this is just word on the street. Yeah. And Zahavi first contacted the Manchester clubs, but neither club were willing to pay the release clause and the salaries. I don't know, man. As a Manchester United fan, wouldn't you want that? Obviously, Neymar to United.
I mean, that's true. But why do you disagree with me, like, about United having another underwhelming season?
Oh, it's simple. They have the best defender in the league, the best midfielder in the league, the best goalkeeper in the league, and the best striker in the league.
Do you honestly
the real R9?
Do you honestly believe in what you actually say? No, actually,
man, honestly, look. Let's look at this. Let's be real right now. This is the fucking Premier League. To win the Premier League, You got to beat the fodder, okay? All those the Hulls of the world are Hull still in the league? I don't even know. Who are the fucking Sunderlands? Okay, are
Yeah.
Sunderland still in the league? I don't
No,
think so.
I think
The Burnleys, the Middlesbroughs.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough got relegated too.
Yeah.
Wow, we mentioned the 3 relegate. Okay, but you know what I mean, man.
Yeah.
Just the fucking shit teams. If you can beat them, that was the Fergie. That was the Fergie. That was Fergie's recipe for success in the league. Just get draws away in the top 6 sides. You know, do your best situationally. Depends what time you are in the season. Do you need a point in this part of the season, or do you need 3 points against this top 6 team? It just depends how you'll play from game to game. But against the weak teams, you just got to have consistency there, and that's what United didn't have last season. Even though the chance creation should have translated to
But
wins.
now, if United, the only issue is that yes, United didn't
If
have.
they curb that, they're a top 3 team, top 2 team.
That's the issue here, right? They didn't have that last season, but they finished 6th. Now, if they finished 2nd or 3rd and they didn't have that, then you would make a good point, right? But they were 6th. That's just a huge, like, you're way
You
off.
need to understand though. Another factor is the Europa League. Thursday to Sunday games. If you looked at Spurs,
Yeah.
that's why they played a very, very poor. That's why they played their B team against Dortmund in the first leg at Iduna Park, just because of the Premier League.
But now you have
Because they were in the Premier League. They were in the title race with Leicester, I believe. They put out a weakened squad against Dortmund, got shellacked, and then that just shows that the toll that Thursday to Sunday games take on you.
But now you have Champions League, which is even harder.
Champions League is different now. Tuesday, Wednesday, and all the top 6 teams have Champions League this time. So it's different. Chelsea,
United
didn't have it last time.
United squad has enough depth, and the depth, like, even if United squad is deep, but that depth is actually quality depth. Because
I don't know, dude. Look, man. I think their depth is fine, as long as the players that represent the spine of the team are fine, basically. So if Bailly, Pogba, Lukaku, and just De Gea, if they can all just stay healthy, I think that's fine. Because Lukaku, you need to understand, this is a 20-plus goal season striker. If you can have, as long as you have that number 9 that can get the goals, you're gonna be in the race. I really do think that you're gonna be in the top 4.
I think, yeah, I got United in the top 4, but I got them 4th, which is another. I mean, I don't know. In your opinion, is that underwhelming or is that a good season?
Against another big team, you got to think about it. United matched well against Chelsea at home, where they beat them 3-0, and they matched well against Tottenham, where they won 1-0, but they could have won by more on that day.
Yeah.
So those are 2 games. Those were the 2 best teams in England last season, and they matched well against them. Physically and everything, physically, tactically, in those particular games. So if they can match well with those teams, I think they can match well, in the coming seasons.
Do you guys have top 4 predictions? For Premier League next season? Do you have like the top 4 prediction?
Right now, because teams might sign. Because right now, for example, I don't have Liverpool in my top 4.
Yeah, Liverpool. Let's say Liverpool at present, as we speak, I have it as City, Chelsea,
United,
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Sorry, not United, Arsenal, Tottenham.
Tottenham. Yeah, Tottenham.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. I would put Tottenham.
I have Arsenal and Liverpool missing out on top 4 right now. But if Liverpool go out and get Keita and they get a defender, then it changes. That's why I'm still not, I can't give you my predictions right now.
But you guys are like pretty confident Arsenal are not making it because of the Europa or.
I just think Arsenal are.
I don't know, dude. If they can keep Alexis, man, look, man. I've been looking at the Lacazette shit on Twitter and just his preseason. Man, they say he looks like ass. I haven't watched any preseason Arsenal games, so I can't confirm. But let's see in the Community Shield. But yeah, man, I saw that touch, man. Jesus, man, that shit was going to Bolivia.
Is Lacazette a fraud or what?
I don't know, man. I don't think he is, dude. He's not a fucking fraud, man. He's gonna score, dude. Fucking Rondon. Niggas is eating in this league, man. A lot of bum ass strikers is eating in the Premier League. There's no way Lacazette is getting 20 plus in the Premier League.
Yeah, if he doesn't, that would be
20 plus. You heard it here first. 20 plus. He's getting 20 plus.
Oof.
I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah, but I still think Arsenal are just now. If they keep Alexis, again, like if they keep Alexis, it depends, right? I mean, Alexis might just not even want to play for them, and he might not be great, right? Like he might not play.
I don't know what to think about Arsenal. This is just the whole new Arsenal are in a whole new fucking scope, man. No Premier League. They're in a whole different vibe right now, man. It's a whole different vibe with Arsenal this season.
Exactly.
They're gonna be potentially 5 teams in the Champions League, and Arsenal ain't gonna be one of them.
Yeah, that's good though, because they're not doing they don't do anything in the Champions League. They get eliminated. Even if you have to give, they get a good draw. They're eliminated.
They still get slapped up.
Yeah,
You know?
that's that. And the atmosphere at the Emirates, it's not the best. It's like it's silent. I mean, it's not that good compared to other stadiums. It's not
now, to just close off the episode, you guys want to do some questions?
How many questions do we get?
We tweeted it out like really late today, so probably not a lot of questions. Let's just do all of them. I think. How many did we get?
If there are ones that come off as redundant,
actually, we only got one.
Oh
and
man,
it's United related. It's from Mohammed. You guys expect United to?
Sure, we got one.
Yeah, just one because we posted it actually an hour before recording. So,
shit, we only got one. Yeah.
Do you guys expect Man United to challenge for the title?
We only got one.
In the squad? Yeah, I mean, we kind of just talked about that.
We just talked about that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're actually
awkwardly end the podcast, or
I don't see them challenging, but I think they'll get top 4.
Yeah, we just talked. Yeah, I see them. I think they can potentially challenge, depending on how clinical Lukaku can be over the course of 38 games. That's it, really.
So it's about injuries as well. Lukaku or Pogba get injured, then they're fucked.
Yeah. And here's a question: when's the Champions League draw? Like the group stage?
I don't know, dude. I'm actually trying to watch the Nice Ajax game right now. It's going on, and yeah.
All right.
I don't know. It hasn't. The Champions League draw hasn't happened yet, so yeah.
So yeah, it's first of all, let's just thank Juju Man for coming on.
Oh, dude, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Man. Good looking out, bro.
Thank you, Abdul and Tosin. It was a great time.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah.
And, by the way, this is the 20th episode, so this is a milestone. I didn't even think we would get to the 20th episode of this thing.
Yeah. So yeah, we've done 20 installments of this shit. So that's pretty dope.
Yep.
So yeah, just subscribe to us on iTunes. We're also on Podbean as well.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. And we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.